Cool. All right, Adam, thank you so much for coming today. Obviously, I feel like I talk to you every day, but it just feels like that because you do so many lives. So it feels like we really get to know you, which I think is fantastic. That's what people don't do enough. So first of all, just introduce yourself to everybody in case they don't know who you are.
Yeah, sure. No worries. Firstly, thanks for having me. My name's Adam Sandham. I'm based in Manchester. I'm the managing director of a property company called Axxelus Property Group. We currently have 4 divisions in the group. They are property developments, property investments, property sourcing, and property rentals. The main one is property sourcing, and then as the year goes on, the remaining divisions of the company will evolve and expand accordingly. So I've got a 15-year-old daughter. I've been with my girlfriend for 9 months now. So 10 months. Oh, sorry, she just corrected me. It's 10 months. We celebrated our first Valentine's Day yesterday, which was really nice. So yeah, that's. Oh, also, I do work full time in a care home as well. So I was currently doing 60 hours a week, but that's now been brought down to 48 hours. So I've already had my first jab, which is good news. I'm just waiting for the second one. So as soon as I've had the second one, I can then start to focus more on the property side of things.
Excellent. And it sounds like you're doing a lot, and I see that you're doing a lot. When did you actually start in property?
Well, the company was first established in November 2019. We got off to a great start, and then in in December, I started to procrastinate because I was getting a bit tired and what have you. And then last year, when the pandemic hit, I just didn't have the energy to move forward. So I tried my hand at 2 different other companies, a recruitment company and also a shipping company, because my background predominantly is in freight forwarding and I have had some recruitment experience. But what I didn't realize was the recruitment company was probably the worst time of the year to set it up. And also the shipping company with Brexit coming on, that really didn't take off. So it got to Christmas last year when I thought, do you know what, I might as well give the property side another shot in the arm. And so I started the company back up again in January of this year. And since then, we've done more this year than I've done since the company started. It is like we've literally just took off.
And what's been the difference? Is it because you're doing something different or because the climate is different?
No, it's actually because I brought on a business partner. He's acted like an accountability partner for me, and I've acted like an accountability partner for him as well.
That's cool. And how did you meet your business partner?
We actually met through Facebook, through another group that we're in. We just had a quick chat over the phone, then we just gelled pretty much straight away. And yeah, it's we're still going through that honeymoon period, shall we say? But yeah, we're looking.
Watch this, Adam. So be careful what you say.
I've not told him yet, so so yeah, so we're hoping to formalise the business partnership with an agreement and what have you in the next couple of weeks. We've already set up a company together he's actually came on board as a director for the development company, because one of the deals that we've actually managed to source is a property portfolio deal. And with that comes a piece of land. And the gentleman who owns the portfolio had said, if we can sell the portfolio, then we can have the land for free. And we got confirmation on Friday night that we've pretty much sold the whole portfolio. So we're getting architects in, we're getting planning permission to build a house. It's only big enough, the land's only big enough for one house. So we're building a house and then his sister's moving in and she's buying it off us. So
perfect.
Which will be good, hopefully.
That if his sister's moving in though, you can't like try and get top price for it though, can you?
I think he's come to an agreement where she pays rent and then after 5 years she'll buy it off us. So
okay, like a rent to own.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
that's good because you'll still make money off of it for those 5 years then as well. So
yeah.
yeah, no,
So
that's
because it's his sister, I've just let him deal with it. So
good. That's fine. So tell us a bit more about that. How have you managed to sell the portfolio on? Are you selling the whole portfolio to one person?
yeah. So pretty much the way how it came about was I was strolling through Rightmove and I came across a property up in Morecambe. Um, so I phoned the agent, asked them the questions that I normally ask them, arranged a viewing, and then they've said, "Oh, the same person's got another 2 houses on the street. Would you like to view them?" And we were like, "Yes, please." And the thing was, when we went to view it, it wasn't the agent that viewed it with us; it was the actual vendor. So we were able to build up a relationship with him. And initially, when we spoke to the agent to arrange the viewings, they said that he's got about 8 to 10 properties that he's looking to sell. But it was only through further conversation with the vendor that he actually had 22 properties. So me and my business partner Josh, we were a bit not starstruck but dumbstruck. So we had to try and remain professional throughout the other 3 viewings, and then as soon as we came out the last viewing, he was doing a dance down the street. You know where you jump up and you click your heels.
I can do that on both sides.
So I obviously tried to remain as calm as I could until he got in the car, and then I don't know whether you remember the scene from Only Fools and Horses when they become a millionaire in the car and they start screaming and shaking the wheel. So that was my moment, and then yeah, so it took us a while to shift it. I'll probably say it's about 2 weeks, because the landlord wants to move to Spain. He wants to retire in Spain. He's only a young landlord. I'm probably saying he's late 30s, early 40s.
That
But
does seem young to have that many properties. I mean, he's
yeah,
himself.
so basically, I think he said he started in his early 20s with his dad because his dad had a couple, and he was working in a car, and the gentleman was working in a car sales room, so he was like a car salesman, and he wasn't making as much money that he wanted. So his dad said, "Come on board with me, and we'll make some money in property." And the portfolio is worth 1.65 million. So over the years, they've not done bad. It gives them a yearly income of 117,000, and I think it's like a monthly income of like 10 grand or something. So
are they looking to sell it all at once, or is it because of this new tax thing? Are they trying to like sell one a year, or they just want to get rid of it all now?
no, they just want to get rid. I did ask the question as to whether the whole properties were in a company, because it might have been easier to buy the company.
Yeah.
But they're all in their personal names. So I was like, right, okay, we'll sell it off in one go. But obviously, because they can't go to Spain at the minute because of the restrictions, I think they were happy to just sit on it until the government could ease the restrictions to allow people to travel again. But when we said to them the other day that we've got someone who wants to buy it off them, they're like, right, okay. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we should go through.
And well done, by the way. Congratulations. That's fantastic. Can you tell us a bit more about how did you find the investor that then is going to purchase the whole portfolio?
Yeah, so that was through a group that my business partner Josh is in on Facebook. So Josh put the deal out in the Facebook group that he's in, and the investor just messaged him privately. He said, "I'm interested in the portfolio. Can you give me some more details?" And then Josh and the investor had a telephone call, and then he just went from there.
Perfect. So in your business relationship, is it kind of your job to find the deal and his job to find the investor, or is that just how it worked out this time?
That's pretty, because Josh has been doing this a bit longer than me. I feel that he's more comfortable speaking with the investors. Mm-hmm. So I'll let him speak with the investors, and then I'll just do like all the background work, like find the property, speak with the agents or interviewings. And then when it comes to it all, all 3 of us will jump on a Zoom call, and then we'll just have a chat. and see whether they like the deal. If they like the deal, we'll send over the terms and conditions, a non-disclosure agreement, and our sourcing finders invoice, which we will then give them 14 days to do their own due diligence and a cooling off period. Obviously, if anything that we tell them doesn't stack up, we'll give them an immediate refund, or we'll transfer it onto another property for them. So yeah, that's.
It's all go, go, go. It's really exciting.
I'm just flashed up there.
And and to work out all the paperwork stuff to do. I don't know about you, but for me, I'm like, oh, what do I need to do next? It's not like I don't know what to do next, but it's like a panic of like, if you've not done it before. But this isn't the first deal you've sold anyway, is it?
It's the first big one we've sold.
Yeah.
Also, the same investor is also purchasing another property that we viewed last week. It's a cottage in Bradford. Now, the interesting thing with this is we've got an offer on the table with the agent, but the vendor's not came back to us yet. But I did get a message off the agent this morning saying that they are still waiting. So hopefully we should hear back soon. But we do have other deals in the pipeline. We've got quite. It's interesting because the deals that we've got in the pipeline, they're not your normal houses. They're more commercial to residential opportunities. We've got a pub in Liverpool, which we're looking to convert into 5-bed flats, and we've got a sunbed shop in Liverpool, which has got planning permission to turn the downstairs into a 1-bed flat, and there's also a tenant upstairs, but they're moving out in April. So yeah, it's weird. And then we're going to Southport later to see a 7-bed apartment with land at the back for 3 houses.
And has that already got the planning for the 3 houses?
Yeah, that's got a pre-app. I got the email before off the agent with all the details on that one.
So these deals that you're finding, are they already actually out on Rightmove?
Yeah.
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 So
some are. The sunbed shop is off market because we've already got a property manager in Liverpool. She actually came to us with it. So we're able to do that one. The pub in Liverpool, that's actually on with an agent who had a commercial unit for sale in my area, and I just happened to remember the name of the agency. And the one going to see this afternoon, that just came through from an agent by the matching property list that they send out. So I had a look at that one, mentioned it to Josh. He said get a viewing booked in. So yeah, and on Wednesday 18th, Thursday, we're going to Gainsborough to see a barn conversion, which has got planning permission, which we've been told by the valuer, once it's done up, could be worth 325 grand. It's currently on for 100 grand. So we're going up there, hopefully, to see if we can do something with that as well.
So if these are already available on the internet, how do you make it a deal? Because for the investor, couldn't they do the same thing you did, that go through Rightmove and then just buy it for the 100,000?
They could do, but the way how we structure our calls, we're able to build up a relationship with the agents. We're able, depending on how long the property's been on the market for, we're able to get it discounted. Sometimes not 25% below market value. But the softwares that we use, which actually give us the actual valuation of the property. So we can then approach the agent and say, look, you've gone on for this one, but our information is saying this, and based on this, will they accept an offer? And also, I think mainly because investors haven't got the time to scroll through Zoopla, Rightmove, Gumtree, what have you. Mainly because they're working from home, they're looking after kids, or just in general, they just want to spend some of the money in property that they've got or that they've earned, and they just want other people to build a portfolio for them.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then what percentage do you, because people charge for their deals in different ways, do you have like a set fee, or do you do a percentage of profit or percentage of purchase price? How do you do that?
Yeah, so basically we have two offers at the minute. So we have a bespoke sourcing agreement and we have a general mailing agreement. So the bespoke sourcing section, for the first time an investor who comes on and they want a bespoke option, that is where we spend more time with them on like a one-to-one basis. They'll tell us their criteria. We'll have 14 days to find them a deal based on that, and we charge 1,500 for that. But once they've took on, or once they've completed on that property, the relationship doesn't end there, it carries on further. So we'll hold their hand through the refurbishment, we'll have a property manager in place, mortgage team if they need it, and things like that. And if they want us to do the refurb, we do charge 5% of the refurb cost. In terms of the general mailing one, that's just a general, we'll send a list out every Tuesday at 9 a.m. And if any of the investors are happy, it's a sourcing fee of £3,500. Or in the case of the portfolio, the sourcing fee can be 3% of the purchase price, whichever's greater, whether it's £3,500 or the purchase price. So yeah.
Cool, nice.
I think I've got that right. Yeah.
And how?
I just don't want to undersell my services.
How are you getting your investors on a mailing list? Do you do like a landing page?
Yeah, so my website at the minute is in the process of being built. So we're sending everyone to Josh's website because he's got all the funnels for the mailing list and what have you, and he's just building the investor list up that side. So once mine's up and running, I'll be able to do the same thing.
Okay, cool. And then, but at the moment, the way that you're selling the deals is, like you say, Josh is in another group and he posts it in the group, and then he's already built some trust with some investors, and then they
yeah. I think when I last spoke to him was Saturday, because I was banned from speaking to him yesterday. I think there was like 60 investors on the list.
Okay, cool. In terms of, you said that when you have your conversations with the agents, you build a really good rapport. How does that conversation kind of go? How do you get in there with the agents so they trust you? So
pretty much it's just a case of just making a general phone call, just introducing yourself, just being open and honest with them, tell them what you're looking to do. Ask them if they've got any properties which meet your criteria. And just if I've seen a property that I like and I want to view it, I'll use what's called an if would method. Then that would basically tell me whether it's worth arranging a viewing or not. So the if would method is, if a property was on for, let's say, 100,000, but it's been on the market, say, for 2 years, if you phone the agent up and just say, if I was to offer 85,000, is that something that the vendor would be able to accept and still be comfortable with? If you say yes, then you know it's arranging a view. You can arrange your viewing. If you say no, you've lost 20-30 seconds. And also with that method, once you view it, and if you come back and put the offer in of 85,000, the agent isn't going to be offended, because in their mind they're already accepting an offer of 85,000 or expecting an offer of 85,000. Yeah. So that way you're not napping them off, and you're not wasting their time, and you're not wasting your own time by just going to view a house for the sake of viewing a house.
And have you ever done a if I would conversation, but then viewed it and then offered less? Or do you always offer what you originally said?
No, I haven't.
Okay, that's cool. Do you ever more?
I was tempted the other week, but I thought, no, I said I was going to offer this, so it's I probably think it's worth that. But unless it's not been described how it was in the pictures and I see something completely different, and then I probably would stick to the offer that I originally made over the phone.
And in terms of, because your area seems to be quite wide, do you, so it's not like you're in with one or two specific agents in an area, is it? You look at a wide scope and then you look for the deal and then you'll go to wherever that is. Is that how it works?
Yeah. So basically we look after, well, I say we look after, we cover the Northwest, which makes sense because I'm in Manchester, Josh is in Blackpool, so that makes sense. Yorkshire, Northeast and Staffordshire.
So what's the furthest you've travelled to view a property?
Sorry, Shona, say that again, you broke up.
What's the furthest you've travelled to view a property?
I'd probably say it was last week. I'd probably say it was Leeds at the minute.
How long did that take?
Well, considering it was a nightmare of a day because we were running late. I think we had to cancel 2 viewings. It took from Manchester to Leeds, I think it was about an hour and 20, I think, give or take. So yeah, I'm looking forward to when we go up to the Northeast. That'll be fun. So
I have a property in the Northeast.
Do you?
Yeah, I have one in Darlington.
Ah.
Yeah, interesting up there. I don't. I've only been up to the Northeast a few. Well, about 10 times I've been up there. But yeah, so I don't manage that property. Somebody else does that. Cool. So are you building a portfolio of your own with your sourcing funds? Is that the long-term plan or what are you working towards?
Yeah, so that is a long-term plan. So basically when I first set out in January, I had a list of goals of what I wanted to achieve throughout the year. I'm happy to say that's changed completely. Because originally I wanted to have a minimum of 30 deals sourced and sold to investors. I wanted to have a list of 100 investors. I wanted to attend as many networking events as possible. Unfortunately, at the minute, that isn't possible. And I wanted to have 10 properties which were on lease option agreements. Now, that's changed. So I still do want to do my lease option properties, but I'll do them as and when they cross my path. Now, I'm looking at doing commercial to residential units. If me and Josh can get a minimum of 4 together this year, and a couple of HMOs and 1 or 2 rent-to-rent SAs, then I'd class it as a successful year.
I'd say a successful year. I think even once you've sold that portfolio, I think that just makes the whole year a success.
Yeah, if I didn't have to share the sourcing fee with Josh, then yeah, it would be. But yeah, no, we've got a 50-50 agreement split, which is good. So hopefully we want to focus on sourcing, then obviously we'll expand into other areas, which we might actually have had our first HMO anyway, which was from a viewing last week. The gentleman we've seen, he's all up for it. The house, it's a 6-bed HMO. It's unbelievable. So we reckon that will get me and Josh $750 each a month after all the bills.
That's good.
So yeah, we'll see on that one. And plus, he's got another 3 or 4 in the pipeline.
Will you manage that yourself?
That one I will do because it's only about 20 minutes away from my house.
Okay.
Well, I say 20 minutes. About half an hour.
Okay.
And the landlord actually lives next door to it, so I think he's looking at moving out. So
yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah, if he's going to pass you over the property, he's not going to stay there and listen to all the tension of the wall, is he?
Yeah, because you could imagine every 5 minutes him getting a knock on the door. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So management, is that something you've got experience of before, managing properties?
I did used to work for an agency many moons ago. When I was like 19, 20. but not since then. But one of my friends actually does work for a letting agency, so I'm able to pick her brains here and there. I do have all the things in place for the lettings agency anyway. So the deposit scheme, the PRS, and things like that, that's already in place. I just need to do some other bits and pieces in terms of legal stuff. Because I know agencies, you can't charge fees now, can you? So that's a bit of a bummer. But I guess we'll just go with the punches on that one, and we'll see what happens.
I think for most people watching, the thing that people get stuck with is, how do you go from that place of knowing what you need to do, but then actually just being confident enough to do it? Because, you know, the first time you call those agents, you don't know what you're saying. You don't know what they're going to reply back to, or they might even say yes, which is even scarier, because then you've got to be able to follow through. So how do you get through that beginning bit?
Do you know, I was in that position when I first started back in 2019. I'm terrible at telesales. I hate it. It's like the first time someone puts an objection to me, I'm like, right, okay, fine, I'll put the phone down. I think it's just a case of perseverance. I know when I first started, I used to watch videos on YouTube just to see how different people would do it, and then I'd put my own twist on it. Sometimes I'd role play with my missus, phone-wise, not any other way. So yeah, it's mainly just building up your own confidence, and just call one agent a day just to build your confidence up. And then as you build your confidence up, just phone more and more agents. And then if you do say yes, just take it as brilliant, and then that will give you confidence a bit of a boost. I know there was a gentleman that I spoke to when he first started out. He made 126 phone calls to agents, and not a single one of them said yes. So this gentleman went on a training course. His next phone call, there was a yes, because it was his mindset, how he was doing it. He was doing it all wrong. But as soon as the person who went on the training course knew how to do it, it shifted his mindset, and then he was just starting getting yes. But yeah, 126 phone calls with a no. I think I'll be quite moralised and dejected. So. But no, it got there. It just goes to show you that if you persevere, you will eventually get there, no matter how many times it takes you.
Yeah, fantastic. Cool. All right. So, Adam, if you had to give one message out there to the audience to help them get into property, what would be that one bright spark that you would put there for them?
The best thing I would probably say, and the first thing you should do, is get yourself educated. Education is probably the best thing you can do in terms of learning new things. Because if you jump into property straight away, you can get burnt, especially if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're saying, you don't know what the legalities are of a certain strategy which you're looking to use. Whereas if you go on a training course, get yourself educated, and then you know which direction you can go in, and you can make sure that you've got all the bullet points ticked, and it will make your journey that a little bit easier, because you'll have that network of people to fall back on who you met at your training course. The training course you went on probably would have a group as well, so you can use that as a fallback as well. But yeah, I would say get yourself educated first.
Excellent. All right, cool. Thank you very much, Adam. I appreciate your time. I'm sure you've probably got lots of agents to call and viewings to go do, so I hope you get off with that. Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope you have a nice day. I'm going to jump on a Zoom at 11. I don't know if you're free. If you are, jump on, say hi.
No, how long is it for?
I don't know. I don't even know who's going to turn up. I'm just going to wing it and see what happens.
Right. Okay. Yeah, my viewing's at 12:30, so I want to.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's a clash. It's all right. You can do your viewing. That's more important.
Yeah. I might jump on it for a few minutes and say hi, but we'll see.
Okay, cool.
So,
all right then.
I do have socials. Well, I say socials. I've got a YouTube channel, which I'll probably post this up on as well.
Cool. If you want to share your YouTube channel with me, I can put it in the links when I post
Yeah,
it.
no worries. Is people, if people just type in my name in the search bar, it'll come up, because I don't know how to like share it or anything like that. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I am in several property groups as well as my own personal Facebook page. So yeah.
Cool. Excellent. All right then, mate. You have a good day and good luck on your viewing
You
later.
too. I'll let you know how we get. I'll let you know how we get on.
I know you will. It'll be all over the group. See you later. Bye.